I spent probably several $1,000s when I started my first business idea. I had a whole bunch of inventory shipped here from China, and it is still sitting, I believe, at my mom's house right now. Maybe in storage. Horrible flop, and I found out rules and regulations that I was not even thinking about. So by doing a lead page, I could have saved so much time and hassle. Before you build your next website or order any inventory that you're gonna have to sit on for a while, you wanna see if anyone is interested. So the best way to do that is not to spend your time building out an entire website, and it's not necessarily to hire someone else to do it, but to check on those things and do what is called split testing or A/B testing. More simply put, you can create a one-page website using lead pages. Check to see if anybody's even interested before you go through that process and spend money buying inventory. In this video, I am going to teach you what a lead page is, or what a landing page is. I'm going to explain that and tell you what you need to include on it for it to be successful and actually do what it's supposed to do, which is capture leads or generate a sale. Second, I'm going to show you how to actually build this yourself using lead pages. That's just what I use. Last but not least, I'm going to show you how to actually go back and analyze and what to kind of look at before you make any finalizations and actually pull the trigger on buying a product or deciding. So what is a one-page website? When you're talking about a one-page website, you're really just building a single page instead of an entire website. So if building a website's too complicated for you, you can start out with a simple one-page website, also referred to as a landing page or conversion site. And this is also something I would recommend if you really don't know what you're going to sell or what your business will be. You can start out with something simple, start to collect data, get feedback, and as you grow or someone starts to purchase your product, you can develop this into something more full-blown. The key elements you'll want on your one-page website is the name of your business, your logo, a tagline, a photo of you or something related to your business, a short one-paragraph elevator pitch, a call to action because you want people to actually do something, either an email opt-in form, a contact form, or it could be for them to purchase a product. And then I include my social media handles, usually in the bottom, in case somebody doesn't know me and they want to just check me out. You can also use one-page websites to sell a single product or service, email signups for an opt-in offer or a download that you have. People use these a lot for webinar signups, and you can create this, as I mentioned, to be your home page or a landing page for your website, either while you're building it or while you're trying to figure out what you want to do. People use these all the time. I still use these now, even as landing pages. So I'm going to show you those shortly. Now, here's some examples. Selling a single product or service, you might use just a checkout page. If you have a download, a book, anything that you want people to download, or if you just want to route them to a video, a blog post, and you want to capture their email along the way, this would be a good way to do it. Webinar signups, people do this all the time. I'm going to be showing you this here in just a second. And then if you want to sell yourself, this could be a profile page or a full-blown website, but it's just a front-end one-page website. It's not a real website, but it looks like one. So if you're doing this for a one-page website or some type of profile, then you can set this up as your home page. The goal for your home page in this case is to make sure and tell people what your business does, who it's for, and how they can learn more. And the requirements for it would be to just make sure that it's one page and to make sure that you have a way for your audience to stay in touch with you, of course. I would create an email list sign up, or at least add some type of contact form for them to put their information in, and then you can start an email list, or when you do start to sell your product, it's going to be a great way for you to stay in touch. What do I use for this? I use Lead Pages. It's an actual service. I'm going to walk you through how to build one here in just a second. And then as far as email management, I have a tutorial out on MailChimp already, and I've got one coming out for ActiveCampaign, so you can check those out in the description below. I will be linking to that, and you can watch that video. Now I'm going to show you how to actually create a lead page or landing page using Lead Pages, and some ways that I've used it, some templates, give you some really good examples that you can use to build your own. So whenever I'm creating a one-page website, you might hear it referred to as a lead page or a lead opt-in page. This is Lead Pages, which is a platform that I use to create them with. So I would set up an account with them. They do a free trial. I think it might be 14 days. But once you're in here, they have lead pages, lead boxes, lead links, lead digits. There's a lot of different options, and it depends on which plan you choose. But in the basic plan, you can create lead pages. Look at the different ones. So this is for the webinar, and you can look at the actual one that I created. This is the lead page itself, so you may have landed on this page. This will say, yes, I'm totally in, give me the class times, and then this box pops up where you can put in your first name, your email, and then grab your class times. And you can see all of these colors are changed to make sure that they go with my brand. And it just looks really professional. So you can change this out to be whatever you want, but I'm going to show you the back end of this page and how you create these. So these are just drag and drop templates that you can make and move around. And I can drag this button up here if I want to move it up here, or I can move it and leave it down here. This page back here is something that I added in. I can change this countdown clock to be whenever I have the next class time and you can go in here. There's so many customization options you can make within each one of these. If I want these boxes to be rounded or circular, and if I want them rounded, it can be a lot rounded, or if I want them square and I just want them a little bit rounded, but I had them square. So what if I want them unstyled? But I keep them square. So I can change just about anything out in here. Looking at the color, I can change the color to be red if I want the color to be red right there. Each individual block is its own piece. So this looks really great and like I created it all, but honestly it comes from a template. So I'm going to show you all the different templates that you can choose from in a lead page and what a lead page is. So I would just go over to create a new lead page, and I will look at the templates that they have available. I look overall, but they do have, if you look, this is where my lead page started before I messed around with it. So I changed this color a little bit to be my color, but all of this was already here, and I just moved the box over here. They had this training. I mean, I left most of the words all the same. Looks really familiar to mine now, but mine didn't look like that before. And the other thing is they don't have spell check on here, so you want to make sure that you check the spelling when you're creating these. But you can use this template, and if you decide to use it, you can change it around like you want it. Some other things that you can do are product sales, or like a checkout. So you can do a checkout page and connect it to a product sale. You may have seen something like this before. And then you'll just add your logo up here, and this will actually take real payment on the back end. You can do a product if it's just a product that you're selling. This is an app, so they're trying to sell some type of app, and what you can do is have this, you could have this go to the payment checkout page to pay for it. And this telling you no, you need to have access, and it's giving you a countdown clock and trying to make it more urgent. And you can just notice that all of the colors kind of go together. So if you have your own colors, you can change them out, or you can use what comes with this. But I would read over this and just see what this stuff says. Your opinion matters, and buff is the best way to share relevant comments. Sometimes you can honestly just take these pages and use them, and then you can see that they change the color down here at the bottom, probably to make it more like, wow, this is really important, because red is one of those colors that kind of grabs your attention and makes it more of an impulse buy. And if you decide to use this, then you're just going to use this template, and it's going to ask you to come up with a name for the template. And I'm just going to make one so you can see what happens. And I can change this out to be whatever color I want. If I want all of this to be red, I can change it to all be red. If I want this to come up here, maybe I want this down here, maybe I want this moved up here. It just depends what you want. You can change this around to be whatever you want. Then these are all the back ends, so this is all going to be movable. Maybe you want to have the phone up here. Maybe you don't want it to the side. Maybe you want all of this stuff on this side of the phone. There's all kinds of customizations that you can make to this, but you set this up. Then the main thing that you need to take into consideration is what these are linked to. So you can either link to an external URL and go to another website, or you can link to a lead box. You can link to a lead page, another lead page, but this is what I do. I link to a lead box, and it will tell you want to view and edit it. So this is what you see as this pop-up. And I like to collect something else. So it'll collect the leads in lead pages and just give you a spreadsheet that you can download, or you can add in another integration. I have MailChimp, I have ActiveCampaign, so if I want to add in ActiveCampaign and I wanted to put them on a list that I have, maybe I want them to go to the branding kit list that I have, I just connect it all back here on the back end, and then I'll go to next, and if I want to add in another field, I can add in the name field. But I don't want it to say first name, I just want it to say name. And I actually want it to be moved up to the top. So I'll just move these around the way that I want them, and then I'll choose another page. Now for me, I set up another page which is a default thank you page. And I want you to see what it looks like, because you can set these up for yourself as well. And this was a thank you page. It was just, you're in, and I told them to watch their inbox. You're going to get a download, but I didn't just leave it at that. I actually said, hey, by the way, go to Facebook and join my community that's over there. And then I gave them my social handles. So I can link this lead page to that thank you page, or they have a default thank you page that just says thank you, thanks a bunch for filling that out, it means a lot. And it's just a very basic one. So this is all set up for you if you want to use what they have. And you can honestly set this up in like 5 minutes if you just want to throw something together. And so this is a lead page, and I would just choose this one that I've already kind of set up. And you can also choose to send them a lead magnet from here. I've tested this and it didn't always work for me, so I didn't use it that way. But I would just save this and close, and you can move this stuff around just as much. If you wanted to put maybe a progress bar on here and say, you know, hurry up, this is urgent, then maybe you add something in here. It's so quick to just change this around to whatever you want it to say. and you can make that more complete. You could be 75%, like you're almost there. You can change this to not say any text or not be animated. It could just be a bar. This one has the little scroll feature. So this can be changed around to be just about anything. You can add a video right here. You can add a picture. You can put, this could be a checkout. Your pop-up could just be a checkout if you wanted your pop-up to be a checkout instead. And they put these in here as spacers, so you just delete them out. And if something happens, then you can just take them out. Preview your page, and then you can look and see what is popping up for the viewers on the preview page. So once you're ready and you have this done, you're just going to make sure that you hit publish. And anytime that you make changes, it's going to keep saying update up here. So you're just going to publish this. And then after you publish it, it gives you these options for how you want to use the page, so you can view the page and see what it looks like. And this is the actual lead page, and this is the URL that you're going to use. You can also get that from your publishing options. It'll tell you different ways. So this is the URL that you use. There's tons of different options here, but you just need this URL link so that you can share that with someone. So if they type that in, they're going to go to your page. So I'm going to show you another page that I made. Well, I have a lot of these that I make. How to build the perfect opt-in. That's the one we just looked at. I have a Bitcoin webinar. So this is an energy patch. Where's the large one that we have? Down over here. This is a sample offer. So I send people to this page and get them to buy a sample. And I can customize this to purchase right from here if I want. So right now they go to MailChimp, but I could have this field do something else. Maybe we'll just change this around this. So this actually goes to a page. So this is a different example. So what I do is I get them to put their email in, and then it goes onto the MailChimp list, but then it also goes to send them to another page, and it sends them to a product page where they can actually buy. So if you put your email in here, after you get done entering your email, it'll send you to this product page. And it'll let you buy. So this is a different type of way that you can use the lead page, or like I said, you can make this purchase right from here. I have another one that I set up as a purchase option. So you can tell I made this checkout page, which it's going to send you to. Let me pull these all up. Okay. So I made this crash course and said it's a live workshop, and when I had opened the doors to it, there was a countdown timer on here, and now it says seats are full, you can get on the waiting list. And somebody actually joined this the other day. I don't even promote this, so I'm telling you these things work. And I gave them some information about myself. I put my social handles down here. So they have the option that they can get on the waiting list, but before, whenever the doors were open, I would send them to this checkout page, and it just said you're on your way to being a Bitcoin boss. When they clicked on that, this is what they would get, and they could purchase the course themselves and get in. So there's tons of different ways that you can set this up. I'm just kind of running through this, but don't forget, the most important part of anything you set up is to actually go back and see if it's working. So I'm going to show you some things that I look at in the analytics for lead pages There's tons of things that you can set up on the back end, but I just want to give you an idea of what to be looking for to make sure that your pages are working, and it's all going to depend on what you have set up for your exact strategy. But as you do this and you start to watch the pages, the analytics on the back end, you're going to learn what is working and what is not. When you're reviewing your analytics, one of the things that you want to look for is your lead page analytics as well. You want to look at unique views, the conversions, the conversion rate, if you're getting any kind of earnings, if you've got some sales tied to this. And you can dig in a little bit deeper with these analytics themselves. So this is a really popular page that I have for one of my products, and I can tell where the conversions are coming. There were 638 conversions as of December 1st. It tells me a lot more about it once I'm into the actual lead page, but this is important information. I want to know, are people looking at it and are they actually converting? And you want to make sure that your conversions are set up properly. So not only do they view it, but did they actually take action on the page and say put their email in and go to the next step in the process? And then if there were sales, we would know if there was any kind of sales revenue that came from that page, if that was tied to it as well. But this is really basic information to go through and understand. You can set up so much more, like these split tests. And if you do a split test on any of these, it's going to have a lot more traffic. This is a whole nother ball game and not something that I'm going to go into in here, but just something to be aware of, that there are more things that you can analyze. It's just things that you would have set up in here to know what to be looking for. But we're not going to be doing that. And that's all that I really look at lead pages. This is all on your main page whenever you go in, other than these analytics, if you want to go into each individual page and see more activity within itself. Now you know what a lead page is, what a landing page is, and what it should include, as well as how to create one, build it yourself, and go back and analyze to see if it's actually working. But do you have all of the other parts? Your brand name, your logo, do you know what colors will make people actually want to buy from you? I shared that in my last video. I'll put a link to that down below, as well as my branding guide. It is a checklist for you, and it will help you find your fonts, your colors, your themes, help you come up with a business name, all of these things that I'm mentioning. I put it into a really awesome checklist for you to kind of go through and make sure that you have these things set up. So pick that up all in the description below. I'm Brandy of bloggingbrandi.com, where you can find tons of free resources to help you brand your business. And I want to hear your comments. What questions do you have about creating a lead page, or have you ever created a landing page? Do you know what they are? Is this completely Greek to you? Put them in the comment section and let me know what questions you have. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.